Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Today is Sunday, August 14th, 2022, and we are going to have another live session about immigration to Canada. I will go through the news, and if you are live and you have any questions, you can also post your questions, and I will answer them after we're done with reviewing the news. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Al Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with an unrestricted license, which means I'm an RCIC IRB. It means that I can also represent you to the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada in case you have an immigration or refugee hearing. I am also an author. I have written a book called 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada, which has been identified as the bestseller by Amazon.ca under the immigration law repeatedly, and I have been practicing for the past 11 and a half years as a licensed practitioner. I've had clients from 55 different countries. And today we are going to review some of the major news in the world of immigration to Canada. And of course, after that, I will happily answer any questions you have. Okay. So one thing that you want to know is that right now, immigration to provinces of Canada is very hot. Many people prefer to use provincial nominee program or PNP to immigrate to Canada. The reason that they are using PNP is because provinces are immensely in need of workers and they want to keep the international students in their province for the purpose of maintaining or increasing their population. And that's why each province in Canada has their own specific immigration options in Canada. In Canada, we have 10 provinces and 3 territories. All of the provinces and 2 of the territories offer specific provincial options. The only territory that doesn't offer immigration options is called Nunavut. And also, you need to know that Quebec has a special agreement with the government of Canada. So, Quebec immigrations are not called PNP, but still, they are designed for increasing the population of Quebec to the Quebec economy. That's generally speaking, talking about that. Okay, in terms of population, the largest province in Canada is Ontario with a population of roughly around 15 million people. And the main city or the capital of Ontario, Toronto, is the largest city in Canada. And in fact, the fourth largest city in North America after New York, Mexico City, and Los Angeles. It's a giant city, multicultural, and many immigrants know else in Ontario. The province also hosts the capital of Canada, Ottawa, and many other major cities like Niagara Falls, Windsor, Hamilton, London, London, Ontario, not London, Canada, and so on. London, UK. We also have a city called London and Oshawa and other cities. So one of the questions that people ask is that what if I want to immigrate to the province of Ontario? Ontario has special programs called OINP that you can use those options to immigrate to the province of Ontario. If you just look up OINP on Google, you will find the links to OINP options. I have written some articles about OINP. And after we're done with this live session, I will post the links under the video. But to be on the safe side, let me also here post it in the chat box for those of you who are live. Okay, so Here we go. So this link on the chat box, and again, I will post it underneath this video after the live session, will lead you to the articles that we have posted about OINP. Recently, actually just today, our journalist published an article about the top jobs that Ontario has invited people, and they really wanted to have these people in Ontario to contribute to the Ontario economy. And those top jobs, again, based on the selections by the province in 2021, include the following. So we have sorted them based on the number of invitations. So the big one would be National Occupational Classification Code 2173, which refers to software engineers and designers. Ontario invited 792 people. The next one is NOC 0124, which is advertising, marketing, and public relations managers. They invited 482 people. The third one is NOC 1111, financial auditors and accountants. They invited 382. NOC 2174, computer programmers and interactive media developers. They invited 374 people. NOC 6311, food service supervisors. They invited 353 people. NOC 7511, transport truck drivers. They invited 325 people. NOC 2172, database analysts, data administrators. They invited 319 people. NOC 1122, professional occupations in business management consulting. They invited 267. And NOC 0601, corporate sales managers. They invited 258. And NOC 0213, computer and information system managers. NOC 2, the number of invitations, 252. Keep that in mind that these numbers that I'm sharing with you, it doesn't mean that Ontario will limit themselves to the invitation of these groups of occupations only. These are the occupations based on the statistics that we have that Ontario invited in the past, in last year, not in the past 12 months. That gives you an idea of what kind of jobs are most needed in Ontario. Keep that in mind that Ontario is the largest in terms of population province in Canada, and therefore they need all different kinds of occupations to be filled. In fact, the number of job openings in Ontario has exceeded 300,000, and employers are actively looking for employees. So you can check out my article about job search websites and see if you can secure a job opportunity in Canada. And most OINP options, they are in fact geared towards people who are already working in Canada, or they are internationals, or they were international students in the province of Ontario. One other thing that I want to tell you, if you want to hire somebody, and I hear this over and over again, that people have hired an unauthorized practitioner, and that practitioner has harmed them, and now they are in the position that their application is refused, and especially they are deemed to be inadmissible to Canada because of misrepresentations and other stuff. So, first of all, if you want to immigrate to Canada or apply for a work permit or a study permit, you do not really need to hire a professional. This is not mandatory. Having said that, the process of immigration or visa to Canada is really complicated. So it is in your best interest to hire a professional. But the professional that you are hiring must be, if it's a paid service, that professional must be an authorized person. And the authorized people under Section 91 of the Immigration Act include an immigration lawyer, paralegals who are members of the Law Society of Ontario only, not paralegals from other provinces, notary publics in, and the members of CICC College of Immigration and Citizenship Canada, or in other words, RCICs. I'm an RCIC and I'm licensed to help you with the process. We have more than 10 or 11,000 licensed RCICs. The difference between hiring a professional and not a professional is that, for example, if you hire an RCIC and they make a mistake, you can file a complaint against them to CICC, and hopefully CICC will discipline those people. And because of that process, RCICs stand by a higher level of in terms of quality of service, and because if they don't, then you can file a complaint against them. They also hold an error and omission insurance, so in case if they make a mistake which results irreversible refusal, then you may claim that through their E&O insurance and receive financial compensation. We have an article about regulated Canadian immigration consultants, and I will post it here to give you a better idea below this video after I'm done. Give it an idea that how it works. If you have been an international student in Canada, if you recall, the government of Canada a few months back, I believe it was in April or March, they announced that they will have a special program for former international students in Canada. If their PGWP or postgraduate work permit is expiring or has expired, the government of Canada will allow them to receive another work permit, which will be valid up to 18 months, depending on the validity of their passports. The government of Canada recently published how they are going to make this happen, and they also started sending emails to people that are potentially qualified for that. So if you have received one of those emails, or if you believe that you are qualified as a PGWP holder or a person that whose PGWP will expire soon, then check out our articles about this subject. I will post the links below this video, but also you can go to settler.ca and check them out. So just to be more specific, our journalist, Andrea, just posted this. So I posted on Chatbox about the emails that some of those people have already received. The other issue that you want to know, that the city of Sarnia, they are looking for your input. So Sarnia is located in southwestern Ontario, and they approached our company and asked us if we can help them with some people filling out their surveys. They want to see what they can do as a small community, because Sarnia on its own is a city that has a population of about 80,000 people. So the Sarnia Lambton Workforce Development Board, they are looking for some answers from you, feedback that you can give them and tell them what they can do to attract you to live in their area. So you can, again, we have posted that on our website. I will post it here right now in our here we go. In the chat box, and I will also post it below this link. You can visit our website. There is a link to that survey. You can fill out the survey and give them feedback. That will help this community to potentially develop programs that will attract you as an immigrant to that area. And by the way, there are many oil refinery or plants in the Sarnia area, and there are other businesses active like agriculture and also other industries. So it's a good idea if you check out their city and also that survey. So I did a CPT webinar with three other people for our members for RCICs about the new code of professional ethics. That people that attended that seminar as a speakers was Michael Hone, who is the CICC Director of Professional Conduct, Natalie Camarasana, which is a lawyer at Blake's Associate Litigation Practice Group, and Tim Morrison, who is my colleague. He is an RCIC from Quebec, and yours truly. We attended that session with tens of our members attended, and we talked. And professional conduct is again hold them even more up to standard. And this is an amazing code. So if you I unfortunately, that to the best of my knowledge, that meeting was limited to RCICs, but I do talk about the code of professional conduct, different areas, and I will post the link about that seminar here as well. But at the end of the day, it was good discussion, and my colleagues learned more about the code of professional conduct, and I did learn more about their concerns and the code of professional conduct. If you have an expired refugee protection claimant document, now you can ask the IRCC to renew that document for you in case that you are in Canada. The other piece of news is that again, the Canada's unemployment rate is still low. So the Canada unemployment rate is 4.9%, which is amazing because since Canada started recording unemployment rates in 1970s, we haven't had any time that had we have such a low unemployment rate. The natural unemployment rate in Canada is about 6%. When it is 4.9%, it means that the employers are desperate to find employees. So you, again, as I mentioned, I will post a link to my article about job search websites in Canada. Check out those job search websites and see if you can secure an employment opportunity in Canada. But keep that in mind. Stay away from scammers. Keep in mind that nobody is allowed to charge you money to find you jobs in Canada. In most provinces, this is prohibited. And in fact, it is illegal to charge a person to secure employment in Canada. And if you want to hire people, make sure that they are ethical, they are licensed, and also make sure that they don't charge you a cent to find job for you in Canada. By the way, I see that some questions are coming. Don't worry, I will answer your questions after I'm done with the news. And then let me see if there is. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything since our last session. Just the last thing that I want to say about the news is that in terms of Canada's healthcare sector, again, as part of the unemployment rate, this sector actually has now more than 136,000 open positions. So that shows how much opportunities exist here in Canada. Keep that in mind, though. First of all, Canadian employers are reluctant to hire people from outside Canada, people who are not authorized to work in Canada. So it means that the success rate for you will be low, anyways. And the work permit process is cruciating, very long nowadays if you're applying from outside Canada. So keep those in mind. I'm not saying that, this is available to you to apply today and tomorrow you will be in Canada, but it's a good idea to know that Canadian employers are desperate to find employees, and that could open doors to some foreign nationals to be able to secure jobs in Canada. The last but not least, this is not news, so I'm done with the news. But I just want to let you know that I published an article last week about the express entry process in Canada. I have actually drawn a flow chart that clearly explains the express entry process, and also the article also on its own explains the express entry process. Check out that article as well. I post the link here in the chat box, but you can also check out the link below this video after we're done with recording the video. Okay, so now I'm done. I will answer your questions. If there are more questions, I will answer, and we say goodbye to each other after the answering the questions. So the first, and by the way, remember here my live sessions are not considered official advice because I don't know all the specifics about your case. If you intend to hire me to offer you official advice, you can do so. A consultation session with me for half an hour costs 200 Canadian dollars, but um, I will try to answer the questions in the chat box in a general form as much as I can. So the question is from Amit Kumar. I'm on closed work permit since April 2021. NOC B job. I applied for my wife and daughter for spouse open work permit and kids study permit in June of 2021, which is still pending for result. In June 2020, my daughter got visitor. Both came here to visit me after getting advice from our consultant. We want to board there for wife's work permit, but everything went upside down when CBSA issued my wife IMM 1282. Yesterday, my wife and daughter left Canada. The question is only this: can my wife come back to visit me to visit her visa, which is still valid till October? So I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes this could happen because the border officers are busy, or maybe some document is missing. I honestly don't know why the officer decided to kind of force them to leave Canada, but this could sometimes happen when you do flag polling. I have also mentioned those on my articles about flag polling, that what could potentially go wrong. And it seems that unfortunately this has gone wrong for your family. The bad news is that it went wrong and they received this letter from the officer that says, I'm allowing you to leave Canada. The good news from immigration point of view is that this is not considered a removal order from Canada unless they have officially received an exclusion departure order or deportation order. The permission to leave Canada, it just simply means that the officer has peacefully asked to leave Canada without preventing them from traveling back to Canada. So this means that the whole process does not prevent them from traveling to Canada in the future, or if their work permit and study permit applications go through, to come back to Canada and study or work in Canada. What will, of course, happen is that it is very likely that the officer has flagged them. And when they receive a flag, every time they want to travel to Canada, it is likely that they will send them for secondary examination. And then in the secondary examination, they need to present more documents, answer more questions. So it will be annoying, but it doesn't prevent them from entering Canada if they have valid visas to travel to Canada. There are solutions around removing that flag. And if you are interested, you can get in touch with me, book an appointment. I will explain to you what you can potentially do to eventually remove the flag. So, probably the next that they come to Canada, they will be definitely be scrutinized. But then for the third time or fourth time, when they are traveling to Canada, they won't encounter this issue. I also intend to post an article about how to remove those flags um, today. I've actually written part of that article already. I'm just hoping to complete it today and post it. And hopefully, I will also record a video about this subject in the upcoming week, because I think that's an important issue. Many people face troubles at the port of entry, and it's good to know how to handle flags. But it's not a removal order. At least this is what we know on it. That 1282 on its own is not a removal order. It's just the permission to leave Canada peacefully. But if unless they have received an exclusion order or something, which is a different story. So the next question is from Cybertruck 999. Hi, Parsai. Glad to see you after a long time. Thank you very much. Same here. Yeah, I was absent from live sessions for a very long time. I restarted my live sessions last week. One of the reasons that I couldn't do live sessions because Queen's University assigned a course to me, and my classes were on Sunday. So I had to prepare myself and attend my classes when I was teaching, and that's why I couldn't also do my live sessions. But I'm glad that now I'm free and I can run those live sessions. Any idea how long Saskatchewan province take time since an application for express entry once the application is submitted? So generally speaking, if you are asking about the invitations by Saskatchewan, they usually do invitations on a monthly basis, and if you get lucky, they will invite you. And if they invite you, then you can submit that invitation through your Express Entry profile, and then you will receive up to 600 points, and that will boost your points in the Express Entry system. Now, as soon as your points are boosted in Entry system, the first time that we have a draw for PNP or an all program draw, then it is very likely you will be selected. So that would be in terms of the invitation process. Now, if you have already been invited and submitted your application, a typical Express Entry application should conclude under 6 months. In reality, it could take a lot more than 6 months. In fact, I have had Express Entry cases that has taken more than 1.5 years to be processed. But most of those applications that they take more than 12, 13 months, 14 months, they probably have some background issues. If you don't have background issues for Express Entry PNP or regular Express Entry, from the time that you submit all the documents and pay all the fees, it takes about, roughly speaking, about 12 months for most people to see their permanent residence application. Of course, again, keep that in mind. Sometimes, in some cases, they will really process the application under 6 months. I've had clients that their applications were processed under 6 months. In exceptional situations, it could go beyond 12 months and actually way beyond 12 months. And of course, you may encounter background requests for more documents, those kind of things. But generally speaking, this is the process. Again, I have explained the process of Express Entry as an article. I will, I think I posted the link here. You can click on that link for more information, or later on, if you are watching the recorded session, you can see the link below. Okay, so we're done with the question. My name is Al Parsi, immigration consultant. I teach immigration consulting at Ashton College and at Queen's University. I have been a practitioner since January of 2011. So it means that I have more than 11 and a half years of experience as a licensed practitioner. I'm the author of 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada, which has been identified as a bestseller. Please subscribe to our channel, enable notifications, and keep that in mind that I will come back on live sessions every Sunday, roughly around 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is the Toronto time. Wherever you are in the world, you can join our live sessions. Also, check out settler.ca, our website, for more articles. I will post the links of the discussions today below this video, right after this video. There is one more question before I leave. So Amit says, thanks a lot. At the end of our conversation, we say they hand over my wife's passport and said, look, this is your passport, and did nothing your visa. She issued my daughter visitor record. Yeah, you should be okay. Again, as I mentioned, generally speaking, this is not considered a removal order. But again, if you want an official answer from me, you can book a consultation. I can take a look at all the documents and official answer. Okay. So yes, I know what you're talking about. Again, if they're still in, my understanding is that they have already left, but if they're still in Canada, and we will probably find an option for them. Again, thank you very much. See you next week. Please subscribe to our channel, enable notifications, and watch our videos.